This is the weekly sales meeting for December 29th, 2024. My name is Chris Fleming. You can reach me at chris@cdmediaconsulting.com or go to our website at cdmediaconsulting.com. Today's topic, your actions say the words. We've all heard the saying, actions speak louder than words. It means that what you do is more important than what you say. You can promise something, but if you don't do it, your words don't mean much. But when you take action, people can see what you mean. It is your true tell. Your actions tell others what kind of person you are more than any words could ever do. If you say you love dogs, but you kick one any chance you get, you don't love dogs, and likely should be reported to the ASPCA for abuse. Think about a time when someone made you a promise but didn't keep it. Perhaps it was a customer who said, "I will call you back on Thursday," or a prospect who said, "It's time we did business together," but then they didn't. How did that make you feel? Did it make you trust them less? You might have thought they said they'd do this, but then they didn't do anything. Their words didn't match their actions. This makes it harder to believe what they say in the future. But if someone does what they say they will do and does it with consistency, your trust level goes up. This is because their actions match their words, proving they are reliable. The idea that actions speak louder than words is powerful. It tells others who we are without saying anything. People often define themselves by their words. They might say things like, "I'm a good friend," "I'm responsible," or "I'm hardworking." But what if their actions don't support those statements? Think about this. Someone tells you they are a good friend, but they never show up when you need them. Their actions tell a different story. This reminds me of what Maya Angelou once said, "When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time." This means that actions reveal the truth about a person's character more than words ever could. Research shows that people often judge others not by what they say, but by what they do. The American Psychological Association published a study on actions and words. The study suggests actions are a better indicator of personality, at least when compared to the words they use. This is because actions are real and observable, while words can be empty and misleading. You can't fake consistent behavior for long, so what you do on a regular basis reflects your true nature. Think about someone who claims to be honest, but they are caught lying time and again. Their actions tell a different story. The lesson here is clear. Actions give us the truth about people, while words can sometimes hide it. Leadership provides one of the best examples of how actions speak louder than words. Great leaders inspire others, not only by giving speeches, but also by leading through their actions. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world." His actions didn't preach peace, he lived it every day, inspiring millions to follow his example. Gandhi didn't talk about peace, love, and fairness. He practiced them through nonviolent resistance. He lived a simple life. His actions created a movement that changed the world. He showed how powerful actions can be in creating real, lasting change. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. fought for civil rights in the United States. While his speeches were famous and filled with hope, what made the biggest impact were his peaceful protests and marches. He didn't only talk about equality, he took action. This is why people believed in him and his cause. Dr. King's actions proved his commitment to making the world a better place. That is why he remains one of the most respected leaders in history. He once said, "Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase." His actions reflected his faith. He showed that true leaders do more than speak. They take the action that gives their words meaning. Actions also have a strong connection to trust. This is the foundation of any relationship, business or otherwise. But trust isn't built with words alone. It is built through consistent actions over time. Think about someone you trust. Is it because of what they've said, or is it because of what they've done? Most likely, it's their actions that have earned your trust. If someone tells you they're your friend, but doesn't support you when you need them, you may start to doubt their friendship. But if they show up for you time after time, their actions prove they care. The Journal of Personality and Social Psychology published a study on trust. It found that trust grows when people act in ways that are predictable and consistent. If someone says they'll help you with a project but never actually shows up, you won't trust them again. But if they keep their promise every time, you'll start to rely on them. Over time, their actions prove they are dependable. Consistency in action makes all the difference in whether someone earns or loses our trust. In the workplace, trust is also built through actions. A study published in the Harvard Business Review found that employees trust leaders who follow through on their promises. When a leader says they will do something and actually does it, it creates a sense of security and trust within the team. Leaders who take action are seen as reliable. Those who make big speeches but fail to act lose the trust of their employees. Actions build trust in every aspect of life, whether it's at home, at school, or at work. There are many famous quotes that highlight the importance of actions over words. Benjamin Franklin once wrote, "Well done is better than well said." This emphasizes that actions carry more weight than talking about what you can do. In other words, it's better to show through what you do rather than talk about it. Ralph Waldo Emerson made a similar point, saying, "What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say." Emerson believed that actions often drown out words, especially when the two don't align. If your actions don't match your words, people will focus more on what you do rather than on what you say. It's easy to say the right things, but it's much harder to do the right things. We often face situations where our actions need to back up our words. If you tell a friend you are going to help them with a project, but then cancel at the last minute, your actions speak louder than your promise. Your words said one thing, but your actions said something else. If you promise to work harder, but you don't actually put in the effort, this is a disconnect. Your actions aren't supporting your words. On the flip side, when you follow through on your promise, people begin to trust and rely on you. Whether you are being a good friend or a trusted coworker, your actions show who you are. People who act in line with their words are seen as more trustworthy, reliable, and successful. This shows that when your actions reflect your words, you build a strong reputation. You are someone who others can count on. Integrity is a quality that's built on actions, not words. Integrity means doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Imagine you see somebody drop a $20 bill and walk away. You could keep the money and no one would know, but if you return it, your actions show that you have integrity. As C.S. Lewis once said, integrity is doing the right things even when no one is watching. It is not what you say about being honest that matters. It is what you actually do in those moments that defines your character. A study from the Journal of Business Ethics found that people with high integrity are more respected and trusted. This carries forward in both their personal and professional lives. This proves that actions based on strong values can have a big impact on how others view you. Integrity is something demonstrated through actions, not words. When your actions reflect your values, others see you as trustworthy and reliable. Your actions become proof of who you are deep down. Words can inspire, but actions are what makes a difference. Think about important moments in history. Many of them were shaped by people's actions, not their words. Rosa Parks didn't give a big speech about civil rights. She refused to give up her seat on the bus, and her actions helped spark the civil rights movement. Her action, small as it might have seemed at the time, spoke louder than any words could have. By refusing to follow an unfair rule, she showed courage, and that act became a symbol of the fight for equality. Malala Yousafzai fought for girls' education in Pakistan. She didn't only talk about the importance of education, she continued to go to school even when it was dangerous. This action inspired millions of people around the world. Her bravery and her determination earned Malala the Nobel Peace Prize. It shows how powerful actions can be in creating lasting change. Malala's action didn't reflect her beliefs, they helped change the world. Her actions inspired others to take a stand for what they believe in. This proved actions can have far-reaching effects. There is a reason why actions are more memorable than words. People remember things they see or experience more than things they hear. This is why actions tend to leave a lasting impression. If someone helps you when you're in need, you're likely to remember that act of kindness. You will remember it much longer than any kind words they may have spoken. If someone says they're your friend but treats you with disrespect, you'll remember their actions much more than their words. This is why it's so important for our actions to match what we say. So how do we ensure that our actions reflect our words? One important step is to be honest with ourselves and others. If you know you cannot commit to something, it's better to be upfront about it than to make promises you can't keep. Actions based on honesty are more likely to build trust over time. When you say something, take responsibility for following through. This doesn't mean you have to be perfect, but it means you have to try your best to do what you say you'll do. Consistency is another important factor. Being consistent in your actions builds trust and reliability. If you promise to help out your coworkers and do so consistently, people will come to rely on you. If you're inconsistent, people will have a harder time trusting you. Integrity and consistency go hand in hand. When you act consistent with your values, others will see you as someone with strong character. If you want to lead or inspire others, actions are the way to do it. People are more likely to follow someone whose actions align with their words. When others see you working hard, helping others, and standing up for what's right, they'll be inspired to do the same. That is what leadership is all about. It is not about giving orders or advice, but showing others through your actions how things should be done. In the end, actions speak louder than words because they show who we are. Words can be forgotten or ignored, but actions leave a lasting impact. Your actions, more than anything you say, define who you are. They build trust, inspire others, and create lasting change. So the next time you want to make a point, remember your actions will always speak louder than your words. Whether you're being a friend, a leader, or trying to do the right thing, let your actions tell the world who you are. My new book, 21st Century Sales Success, is now available on Amazon.com. If you like what you have heard here today, please consider ordering a copy or two. You can always send one to a friend. Go to cdmediaconsulting.com right now and follow the instructions to order.